Hello and welcome to Samadhi. Today is Sunday, April 15th, 2018, and we're here with the Daily Word with Michael.
Thank you everyone for joining us and in our presence as our beautiful mother. Thank you, Mom, for joining us once again. And the word for today, let's take a breath. See, it happens to everyone. Sometimes we forget to breathe. So let's take a deep, cleansing breath of presence, breath of awareness, breath of aliveness. Exhale and appreciate the breath, appreciate the life that you are emitting right now, that you are. Take a moment to just feel that. There's no words that need to be said, just connect with that presence. Taking a deep breath in. And we're all ready to receive together as one, consciousness coming together. And the word for today is prosperity. Prosperity. I am open to divine ideas. I am open to divine ideas. And as I read that, that really takes me back over 20 years ago. That, yeah, prosperity on the external is great. I mean, it's necessary to, to be able to sustain yourself and your family and to be able to eat and have shelter. But there's a prosperity that I was really, really poor over 20 years ago. And I didn't know who I was. I didn't have no clue there was a way out. I didn't even have a clue there was an out. I thought I was just living, but really I was just functioning. And when I read that, I am open to divine ideas. The greatest prosperity one can have is open-mindedness. That means the surrendering of this. Everybody thinks they know what they know, but that is the hoarding. That's a really mental poverty, because it doesn't allow you to connect with that infiniteness of wisdom and greatness within yourself. So I just felt like sharing that, because even when you think you know, even when you think you have figured it out, that's something stopping you from even going deeper. And I advise you, I counsel you to remember to just let go. Let go of what you even think you know. Because if you think you know, then you don't know. But if you're willing to surrender what you think you know, then you really know the way. And the way is surrendering and letting go, so the spirit within you can bring you much more awareness and much more aliveness and presence from within you.
And that's just with the title.
That's just with the title.
How inspired he gets just with the title.
It's just...
So we're doing it backwards.
Oh, I love today's word. Yeah, you get the review at the beginning. I just felt like saying that because...
Beautiful. No, I think it's adorable.
Yeah, and I don't even know what it's going to say yet, so let's see what the daily word for today says. Wow. Okay. Divine ideas are like seeds of hope planted in my heart. When they are properly nurtured and tended, they produce the manifestations in my life that represent abundance and prosperity to my own mind and soul. I might be surprised at some of the ideas that pop into my mind and might not see how they could possibly come about. Being open to divine ideas involves a larger degree of surrender to the source of those ideas within me. That's the key. Being open to divine ideas involves a larger degree of surrender to the source of those ideas within me. And I'm going to go back and reflect on that. That's deep. My prosperity is not dependent on my limited mortal mind. I make the choice for prosperity, open my mind to divine ideas, and allow them to guide me to next steps and new possibilities. And this is in John 3 John 1, 2. 3 John 1, 2. And in the daily word it says, excuse me, Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health, just as it is well with your soul. John 3, 1, 2.
So interesting that the the scripture actually talks about the health, the wealth of the health and the soul. And it never said anything about prosperity on the exterior.
Well, that's the greatest wealth.
That's why I'm saying it's
the greatest wealth. I mean, it's fine if we have material things, right? I mean, it's a necessity in this reality, especially if you have a family. I mean, if you're by yourself, of course, you can backpack it and do all these different adventures. But when you're with the family, it's necessary to be able to provide for the family. So, 3 John 1:2. This is 1 through 4. The pastor to my good friend Gaius, how truly I love you. We're the best of friends. And I pray for good fortune in everything you do, and for your good health, that your everyday affairs prosper, as well as your soul.
As well as is the key.
And I'm going to read the last sentence. Nothing can make me happier than getting reports that my children continue diligently in the way of truth. He's talking as a teacher. He's talking as a guide. He said, there's nothing that makes me more happier than getting reports that my children continue diligently in the way of truth. Now that is the key. The way of truth. That's the greatest wealth. When you can, and one thing I desire to share as I read the daily word is this sentence right here in the second paragraph. It says, being open to divine ideas involves a larger degree of surrender to the source of those ideas within me. Now, your divine ideas of what you think is divine may not be what the divine is trying to reveal. See, that's what we get caught up in. Sometimes a divine idea may be something crumbling, and there's an idea that's ready to pop out, but if you're not open from that experience to get that idea from that experience, and you're judging the experience, then you're resisting from that flow that's communicating with the experience. See, many people say divine ideas are beautiful experiences. That's not necessarily true. The most horrendous experiences in my life are where the most divine ideas came from. But I wasn't ready, I wasn't listening at the time. But I reflect back in my past, and I've had some great, what we call aha moments and downloads and realizations. But because I always pushed it away, I wasn't ready to learn. But it all served its purpose, because in reflecting I've learned more than I would have back then. So here's my reflection for you all is, don't judge a book by its cover. Source, Spirit, God, Creator is speaking to you, even in the darkest of the dark or the most cloudiest of days. But if you're judging the weather, then you won't hear. So stay open. You want to share anything, girls?
No.
So stay open. Open is the greatest wealth you can have. It's open to the unknown, open to what they call mysterious, but it's really nature just revealing itself. So stay open, my friends, and remember, the word for today is prosperity. I am open to divine ideas. Stay open and be open to divine ideas in every which way and form. Because you'll see. You'll see. Trust us from personal experience. Yeah, we get angry, we get frustrated, but we know how to bounce back. And when you bounce back, that's when you see. That's when you see the divine ideas. We learn from the most challenging of experiences. I mean, we may not learn in that moment. We may not remember in that moment because we're like, no. But then when we take a breath, maybe about a minute later, we take a breath and we're like, wait a minute. That's what we can use for curriculum. That's how we can help other people. That's how we can help ourselves. So, stay open, my friends. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, action. Take daily action. Namaste.